the manager of the Village of Brooklyn, Matt Swartzlander. Hey, Matt.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's been a minute since I've been on the show.
Yeah, but just a couple of weeks since I saw Matt. Matt was at the Columbia Central District Robotics Competition.
Yes.
It was neat to see, wow, all those people come into the community.
It's absolutely fascinating to see all of those kids competing in robotics and the amazing things that they get to learn, and just the vastness of that program now. It's really cool.
Yeah, amazing. So you've been in this role since, about a year and a half?
Yeah, about a year and a half, September of 22, and it's been quite the adventure. Being on the local government side of things is quite fascinating, dealing with anything from sewer and water and infrastructure to that side to working with people and economic development and community development opportunities. So it's quite the job, but it's very satisfying.
Well, I would imagine there's a lot of similarities to your past service with the Jackson Chamber and then the Lenawee Chamber.
Absolutely, it's working with people for the greater good, and that's what the chambers did a lot of that. And running the Lenawee Chamber and legislative work with the Jackson Chamber, it's all about relationships and working together with people to make sure that the best for the community is happening.
Well, really a lot is happening right now in Brooklyn and surrounding areas. We've seen tremendous growth of business, in particular, along Main Street.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some great and exciting businesses coming in. Downtown, we've got Atlas Restaurant that will be opening this summer. Across the street, Choate Marketplace has replaced Wellwise, who moved across the street into their new building. And that's bringing in, over time, about a dozen new small businesses to downtown Brooklyn. And it's really neat to see that expansion happening.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Atlas Restaurant. I've seen their drawings.
Yep.
It's the old Columbia Interiors, I believe.
Yep.
And anyone that's been to any of the restaurants in the Irish Hills, they can tell you that we could use some more restaurants.
Absolutely. Yeah, we hear that all the time, and it's good to have locally invested people that are putting in that effort to make it happen. So.
All right, coming summer of 2024.
Yep.
We've got some shots of the square, and this is the district that really is the epicenter of growth in the community, and it's the middle of your village.
Yeah, absolutely. The centerpiece of what everybody sees when they drive through Brooklyn. And really, I think, accentuates what Brooklyn is and just small town charm, and that's what we're really trying to build around and support our local businesses in the community, downtown and throughout the corridor, and really create a great community where a lot of people are coming from the Irish Hills and from Jackson and Adrian, but also looking outward into Ann Arbor, Toledo, and other places. So
let's go back to that water tower. Is that new branding for the village?
Not yet, but we're definitely working toward the branding. That is a big piece to our community moving forward to make sure that we have a recognizable brand, but building on that small town charm and moving forward. But we'll be pretty close to that, I think. And our water tower, as with a lot of communities, is a focal point. Mm-hmm. And it'll be nice to see new stuff around the community, and that's anywhere from our logo to the entry signs when you drive into the community, so that you know you are in Brooklyn and that we are a great place to be.
Yeah, the type, style, and the color remind me of the Ford branding, which you have a connection to Ford. Henry Ford had a plant, one of his plants.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of our bigger developments right now, and that project is still ongoing. We have new businesses going in over there, and the new chamber offices in the old Irish Mill that it's called now. But we're also working on a project to relocate the river through the dam, and then back down and underneath the bridge. And so over the next couple of years, that will look significantly different through that area from a public investment standpoint, from the private investment standpoint.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that's still a go.
Yes.
Parks, you've got, I think we've got some volunteers and maybe members of the Parks board here in this shot.
Yep, so it's an exciting opportunity. So we're partnering with the local Kiwanis Club in Brooklyn, and they are in the process of raising funds to update and replace a lot of the playground equipment in Swain Park. That's behind Wesco on the north end of town, and really working to create more accessibility for the park for everybody in the community. But for this photo here, we're there to celebrate with our state legislators, as we got $250,000 from the last state budget to put toward the project and create more accessibility in the park. So we're excited for that piece to it and just what that will mean for our community. We also just started a parks board that will take a close look at our parks and recreation in the community and really try to look at that quality of life impact and what that means for people in the village, but also people throughout the area that can come and visit us.
Yeah, a lot of the attractions are
Yep.
Geared toward out-of-town visitors.
Yep.
You've got so many partners in the success of the region. I know that you're looking long range and even short term. That's part of what you're working on right now.
Absolutely. I think overall, if we're not looking down the road and know where we want to go, then it makes it difficult to get wherever we are headed. So we are taking a big effort within our Corridor Improvement Authority, our Parks Board, and with our Village Council to look long range at what we're going to do. And developing plans for economic and community development, but housing and different things like that to ensure that our community is sustainable long term and that we are building that quality of life and that small town charm that everybody has come to love and enjoy. And we want to make sure that that lasts for quite a bit longer.
It's got to be a fine line to straddle, controlling the region so that it has the natural beauty, but also provide more housing.
It is, and it's always a fine balance. We've actually got a couple neighborhoods that are still rapidly developing. We've got, I think, 7 new houses being currently built.
Wow.
So that's exciting. But yeah, managing, and we've got houses that are 100 plus years old in the village and making sure that that housing is sustainable for a long time. But as new businesses come in and start to build, kind of managing the look and feel of those businesses so that we maintain that brick facade and the downtown charm and those kind of things, and what that looks like up and down the corridor as you're driving through town and everything. So it's big, it's a fine line, but it's working with everybody to get their input and kind of helping just guide that process.
Well, great to hear about everything that's going on. Nice to see you in your new
Absolutely.
position, and thanks for
you.
coming in.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
Matt Swartzlander, Village Manager for the Village of Brooklyn. Up next